Okay, we're back in World of Warcraft. And, oh, where are we at? I think we're in the long... I'm broke, right? Yeah, I'm broke. Oh, man, I forget I even have this, like, beautiful Guild Wars 2 UI when I log in. And I open it up and I don't even expect to see it. And I'm like, oh, yeah, this looks nice. Like, Mason. You win! You win! Dude, I'm like half asleep, man. Oh, man. I'm half asleep. Got here. We need all this.
Safe travels.
I can't. I'm not going to carry around a
How
two-hand
are ya?
sword when I can't even use it.
Watch your back.
I should go back to bed, Mason. I'm so tired, but I got really, man, it was weird yesterday. I was working, and it was around 5:20 or something, and all of a sudden I started like freezing. I was like, yeah, I still working from home just for a little bit longer, like for another month and a half, I think, another 6 weeks maybe, and then I'm in the office. But I like started getting really cold out of nowhere, like just freezing. I'm like, why am I so cold? And I had a fan on in the office, so I turned the fan off, and then all of a sudden I started getting really hot. Like my forehead was like sweat almost started beating up my forehead, and I started feeling like super hot. And then I lifted my hands up and looked at them, and they were just shaking. My hands were literally just shaking. And I was like, oh my God, you know, and I felt, then I saw all this wave of like nausea and dizziness hit me. And I told my coworkers, I said, man, I gotta go lie down. I was like, I feel sick. I felt like I was gonna throw up. And so I went and I laid in bed, and my wife came home, and she's like, hi, Julian. And I was like, I don't feel so good. She's like, what's wrong? And I'm all dizzy, and I feel like I'm gonna throw up. And she's like, "Did you eat anything today?" And I go, well, I go, no. she and she goes, "Your body's probably just freaking out because you haven't eaten anything." And so she made me some pasta, and I ate. And of course, after about half an hour, I started to feel better. But man, I was there for a minute. I was really feeling shitty. It was pretty. Wasn't funny at the time because it didn't feel good. But anyways, yeah, it was weird. My hands were shaking. And I was like super cold, like shaking cold. And it was like 78 degrees in my office, so there's no reason for me to be cold. And then all of a sudden, I started getting super hot. I guess when you get older, like your body doesn't do as well with not eating. You know what I mean? Like that's what she's like. Yeah, she's like, I can't. She's like, I can't not eat for like 8 hours or something, or I start to feel sick. Yeah, I need to get some coffee. What time is it? It's not quite 8 a.m. Honestly, if I start to feel really tired, I may just lay back down in about an hour and sleep for half an hour. What do we got? What's attacking me? Oh, we've got the good old Ice Claw Bear Underground. Ooh, that's the what is that? That's a true cave bear because he's literally underground. And he's still chasing me. Oh, now we've got some wolves on me. You want a piece of me? Oh, hello, Mr. Crag Bear. Like he's trying to creep up on me. Yeah, I don't. I guess I don't always treat my body the way I should. You getting out to work? All right, man. Have a good one. Have a good day. Yeah, I don't know if I'll be streaming. I know I'll probably be working. I'm gonna try to work late tonight because I got some stuff I should have finished yesterday, but I kept finding some errors in the code, so that made it a little bit more difficult. But gotta make sure I finish that up today and finished it up yesterday. It pisses me off. Anyways, I don't know if I'll be streaming later tonight or not. It depends on how tired I am. If I do, it'll be late. It won't be like right after work. It'll be 9 o'clock or something. Big yawn. Just want to see if I had to level up my.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
When did I? Oh really? When did I get? When did I get Sunder Armor? When did I get Sunder Armor? I don't remember even learning that. I must be losing my mind. Oh, I know what happened. It's when. Oh yeah, and I got taunt too. It's when I got. I don't really need this to be here, so let's put this here. Here. Yeah, since since I have this Guild Wars 2 UI, I only am showing so many bars, unlike I would in World of Warcraft, where I'd kind of stack them. It doesn't make sense to stack them here because it just doesn't look good. So I'm really rearranging things and putting them in different places on different bars than I normally would, but I'm doing it so that they're just more visible. Because certain things like taunt, you kind of want to see when it's on cooldown, and stuff like just click to start attack. I can click that anytime. There's no cooldown on that, so it doesn't even need to be visible. So it was wasting a slot, wasting a primary, was wasting some primary real estate right there. Wasting primary real estate by putting start attack on that bar. And these bars only show up when I mouse over them because it really isn't necessary that I see them. These are the ones here. All these, the visible ones, are the ones that I want to put stuff on them where I may want to like just glance at them once in a while to check the cooldowns. If you can get away with if you can get away with building up internal clocks for your cooldowns, which is feasible. I mean, you will kind of build it up, but there's going to be times when things get hectic. You just don't know if something's off cooldown or not, and you will have to take a quick peek. So you definitely want to be able to do that if you have to. Watching one of Bellular's clips, and they were talking about Final Fantasy raids and how the complexity of the Final Fantasy raids is. I don't know if they didn't really say the complexity was more complex. He said the raids were more dense, and I'm not sure really what they meant by that. What it sounded like they meant was there's more. Like you're probably going to be more busy doing things that matter in a Final Fantasy hard raid than in a World of Warcraft hard raid. I don't know. That's kind of what it sounded like, but I've never done Mythic Plus raiding, and I've never done any kind of hard mode Final Fantasy raiding, so that's one of those areas that I don't have a lot of experiences. I stopped raiding it near the middle of Burning Crusade. I raided in vanilla, and then I raided in Burning Crusade up until about Gral's Lair, and then after that I got addicted to PvP arena, and I spent the next literally like 2.5 years just doing like battlegrounds and arena with my brother. And then after that, when my brother quit WoW, things changed quite a bit at that point. Are these quests I want to do? If I want to do these, if they're like right down below, maybe I'll do them.
You got my attention. Off with you.
Let's also take a look and see. Public servant. Yellow, so it's going to be decent.
What's on your mind?
It's going to be decent XP.
What can I do for you?
He's also got... Yeah, it's actually cool. The tooltip. Check this out. So the Guild Wars 2 UI, the tooltip here shows me that he's got a level 9 quest. See those blasted trogs? So it's like I don't even have to like talk to it. I don't even have to talk to an NPC. I can just mouse over him, and it tells me what level the quest is. That's actually really cool.
Hi. Safe travels.
Okay, so all right, let's do it. You want me to kill some trogs? I don't like trogs. I got no problem killing trogs. I hate trogs. Guys do stun a lot, though. You gotta be a little careful. Yeah, see what I'm talking about? You can't mess with these guys because they'll stun you, and they actually hit fairly hard. So you really, at my level, don't want to be taken on two at once because it can get a little bit tricky. Hey, what's up, GS? How you doing, man? Happy Tuesday. I should be in bed right now, but cats love to wake me up. My wife gets ready for work earlier, so she wakes me up, and then if I try to sleep longer, then the cats wake me up because they want their food. Makes it very hard to sleep after like 7 a.m. So I don't know if you guys saw the rumor, or some guy posted on Twitter a survey that supposedly Blizzard had sent out a survey to people asking them, hey, when these following games release, would you be willing to play them? Are you, will you be playing them? But it said these games, and the only game listed was Final Fantasy Endwalkers. And it would say, are you most likely to play it, or maybe you'll play it, or you most likely won't play it. But he put that on his Twitter, and he's like some sort of gamer, I guess. I don't know. But if that's true, if they actually did send out a survey asking people like if they were going to play Endwalker, then that shows you that they're a little worried about the competition that Final Fantasy is starting to bring to the table. I don't have anything in my bar here, do I? Okay, let's see if we can fix that a little bit. That's a little bit disconcerting. It's supposed to switch me into battle stance, and why is it not working? It's probably not the macro. Huh. That worked on my other warrior. I don't know why it's not working on this one. Let's get rid of the clear. Does it require me to be in range to switch stances? Shouldn't. Must be in battle stance or berserker stance. Yeah, I get that. That's weird. That macro, that macro actually works on my other character. Why doesn't it work on this one? I gotta check this on my other character real quick. See what's going on. Work. We want to be able to switch stances. We want to be able to use like certain abilities that are stance specific. Even when we're in the wrong stance, we want to be able to say, hey, if we're in the wrong stance, change the stance, then use this ability. So you can see here, I've got hamstring. I'm in battle stance, but watch, if I use hamstring. Oh, it doesn't work. I think Blizzard must have broke it. This definitely worked. Well, let's see. Does... Where's my shield? Stuff's not working, guys. This oh. It's because I changed. I was changing it in the general macros. I'm a complete idiot. Let's do. I have to do a specific. Whoops. Whoops. This is why you don't really have multiple characters that are the same class, because set all these things up. Like, you don't really have a lot of space for macros, unfortunately. Maybe they've expanded it. It looks like maybe they have. You see there's a lot more macros here in the general section. But it doesn't look like there's any more here, so specific. Weird. Anyways, let's take the new sword and board macro and let's put it here. Okay, so we have my shield. We're in battle stance. Yeah, my macros aren't working. So it looks like Blizzard did something. Either that or maybe I have an add-on installed. I don't think so. I don't hardly have any add-ons installed. Let's try disable all. Nope. Well, that's not my macro for shield bash. I'm hitting the wrong ability. I'm hitting the wrong one. Okay, there we go. So that does work. That's good. Sorry, I'm trying to remember how these are set up. That one does work. Okay. We'll just do cast battle stance. See if that fixes it. Right, so do that. Macros. Instead of doing this command here, which doesn't seem to work anymore. Oh, it was commented out. Oh, so that's why it didn't work. It was comment. I wonder why it was commented out. I would have commented out for a reason. I just don't know what that reason would be. Why would I do that? Let's uncomment this. All right. I don't need to drag it down, but I just do it anyway. All right, so we're in battle stance. I mean, we're in defensive stance. Yeah, see, so now that works. So basically what it is I don't like to have to, like I have a keybind to change stances, right? Like shift space puts me into battle stance, control space puts me into defensive stance. I don't want to, if I'm in battles, if I'm in defensive stance, I don't want to have to go shift space, then click, mouse button 5 to do hamstring. I just want to spam hamstring, right? So if I do this, and I want to, I'm in defensive stance now, but let's say I'm running away and I don't want to die and I'm just trying to get away. I don't want to have to hit 2 key binds. I just want to be able to spam this key. Watch. I'll spam this key. And you see it switches me into a battle stance. And then I can go ahead and use my, once I have enough rage, I can use my hamstring. So I'm not sure why I would have taken the switching stances out, but I'm sure I did it for a good reason, but we're just going to use it this way until I remember what that reason was. Hope it doesn't get me killed. Macros are good, but they can also be a curse sometimes, man. And the macro system is in Blizzard in WoW is really a painful because they have this general macros, and unfortunately, some of these macros I have in here I'm using on multiple characters, which is not a good thing. So you should put them in the character specific, but you don't have. Look, you only have this many specific. There's very few, which kind of sucks. All right, I completed that quest already. We need to kill some bone snappers. We need to kill the bone snappers. So looking at Final Fantasy XIV, the thing with Final Fantasy XIV is it's a completely different mentality. The people in Final Fantasy XIV, they run around in major cities just showing off their gear and chatting, and they do events. They post for events, and you can actually get married in game. Like they have a marriage ceremony you can register for, and that's just there's a lot more RP going on in Final Fantasy XIV, which is honestly it's kind of refreshing because there's just so little RP that goes on in World of Warcraft. World of Warcraft just feels like a bunch of kids, like just strutting their e-peens. Like it all feels like people just trying to race and get stuff done as fast as they can and then brag about it. That's what World of Warcraft feels like. It's all about look what I did, look how great I am. Whereas in Final Fantasy XIV, it doesn't feel like that. It feels, I'm sure there's people that are like that, but it feels more like people are just trying to enjoy the game. At least it feels that way to me. Ooh, man, that was a big upgrade. Like 40 more armor. Destroy. I've died here before. I've died hitting this guy and pulling this one. It was probably on a private server, but it's happened. Just gotta move off. 8.1% chance to credit at the moment. We need to get that up to around 15% before we start seeing a significant amount of crits coming through. Sorry, phone, phone, my real estate agent. Looks like We'd Be Gone's got a hardcore character died at level 8. It's a different hardcore. It may look easy, but it's actually not as easy as you may think. Certainly not on a warrior. Some classes are going to be easier than others. Who's a snapper? Snapper is what we need. Look how much health he's taken off of me. Because he's level 10.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
Pulled 3 on you. McFly. McFly is no more. There's also, if you guys hasn't seen it, if you go to the Hardcore Discord channel, you'll see some death clips. There's always death clips that people post when they die on their runs. And some of them are painful to watch, but some of them are pretty funny too. So if you go to, I pulled the server up. Go to death clips here. Now you'll see some interesting people dying. This guy only died at level 13, but there was somebody who died at like here. This person died at level 60. But what's funny, and I don't mean to be cruel, but when you watch these death clips, one of the things that I notice a lot is, and again, I'm not trying to be cruel, but I see a lot of clickers and a lot of people that they don't really know their class very well, and that's obviously part of the reason why they're dying. Second, let me text my real estate agent. All right, so let's take a look at this. Now this is what I have to look forward to. If I can make it all the way to level 60, and we have to go in hardcore mode into the Burning Crusade content, this is what we're going to be looking at. We're going to be looking at me running out here into Hellfire Peninsula. Now this guy's level 60, right? And he dies here, right? This is level 60. He's doing a hardcore run. Now I don't know if he started his run at level 1, but he's level 60 currently. Now, what you want to watch, there's a lot of things to watch when you watch these clips. If you want to, first of all, he's got one thing I noticed right away. Hey, what's up, Sam? Is he doesn't have any nameplates, target nameplates up, and that's a mistake, because if you're playing, he can't even see the health of the mob until he looks up at the top of the screen, and that's a big mistake. And also, he can't really see his own health very well either, unless he looks up at the top of the screen. And those split seconds that you have to look, it will hurt you. Like, you need to know what the health these mobs are at. You know, this is so you've got to have target nameplates on these guys. The other thing, notice he's clicking. Now he's got keybinds for a lot of stuff, but I doubt he's using stuff like Alt 4 and Alt 3 and Alt 2. So I think he's clicking all of these buttons, and he's probably He's probably using these keybinds like F and G and 1 through some of these keybinds he's using, but he's doing a lot of clicking, and that of course will really hurt you too. See there, he clicked again. He clicked Exorcism. Now it looks like he's hovering, maybe thinking about doing a bandage. But again, if you're thinking about doing a bandage and you've got 2 mobs on you, you don't really know the health of both of them. You only know the health of the one that's targeted. So you don't even know the health of this one, which is, again, this is really bad. You need to know the health of everybody that's on you, and you need to know what your health is, and you need to understand how, what level they are, what level you are, how hard do they hit, how hard do I hit, and can you win the fight? And a lot of that just comes from practice, experience. Now, just looking at his gear, it doesn't look like he's a boosted character, because this gear does not look like boosted gear. But look at his health. He should be running. He should have ran already. Now, he's got a big healing potion here. So he should pop. What he needs to do right now is he needs to target himself. Pop his healing potion and run like the wind. He still hasn't. Also, he is a paladin, right? So he can also throw up protection, but it's on cooldown. I don't know if he should have lay on hands, but I don't see it. I don't see his lay on hands. So, oh, here it is. All right, so right here, why did he let his health get this low? That is a huge mistake. Why let your health... I mean, if this other guy crits you and this guy crits you at the same time, you're probably almost dead. And he's got lay on hands, which he hasn't used, which obviously would put him at full health. He's got protection, bop. He can bop himself. These are both melee. So even just bop himself, he could probably run away. Certainly if he pops the healing potion and the bop, right? He's got Hand of Freedom too, which you don't want to forget, because they may try to do stuff to limit his movement. So in your mind, you got to be thinking, bop, Hand of Freedom, potion. I mean, if it was me, I would bubble. I don't know if his bubble's available. Let's see. I'm looking for where his bubble is. I don't see it. Unless this is it. That's not his bubble. It's Flash of Light. I don't know where his bubble is. Now, again, he's going to mouse click. He's going to click his bop. Right? Boy, clicking's never going to be good. He's going to click his bop. He's still not clicking it. Look, there. He waited to click bop until he was this low. Why? Why would you wait that long? It's almost like he's doing this video on purpose to die just so he can upload a death clip. Because playing it this way, the way he did, makes no sense. I don't understand what he's doing. I don't understand where his bop went. Let's look at this again. Although he tried to bandage in the middle of combat. So, oh my god. I hate to be mean, but man, this guy is a terrible player, right? I hate to be cruel, but this guy is a really bad player. How do you play hardcore to 60 playing this way and you're still alive is what I want to know. I mean, this almost makes me feel like he just boosted a character and ran out into the Outland thinking he could level 60 to 70 or something. Maybe is this even a hardcore clip? I have no idea. I mean, he's got 14 slot bags. There's no way to verify if he's actually fully hardcore. Yeah. His name says hardcore and he's got HC, but he didn't use his healing potion. He didn't use his lay on hands. Oh, he clicked bop and it said can't cast that yet. If you could hear it, it says I can't cast that yet. That's interesting. Why can't he cast it? Why couldn't he cast this? If there's a cooldown and it's not showing, I don't know. That's weird. I don't know why it say can't cast that yet. So he tried to bop himself and it said can't cast that yet. And then he realized he's almost dead and he tried to bandage, of course, at that point. Why didn't you use your healing potion? Why didn't you use your lay on hands? Really, really strange. And he's got the hardcore add-on installed because it spams in guild that the paladin has died at level 60 in Hellfire Peninsula. Yeah, it's a lot of times when I watch these death clips, though, I'm always just dumbfounded. I'm like, what are they doing? You know, I don't understand what they're doing. So, but you know, whatever. Not everybody knows their class that well. But to be level 60, you would think by level 60, if you leveled from 1 to 60, at that point in time, you would hopefully. And if you're doing hardcore, you know, you would have run through some times where you would have to use those mechanics to stay alive. So. So there are, like, we were talking about yesterday, we didn't know if there were a lot of people doing Burning Crusade Hardcore, but there are a lot of death clips of people doing Burning Crusade Hardcore. So there are a lot of death clips, people dying, you know, trying to do it. So there's definitely people doing it, just not as many as we saw in Classic. Oh, that snapper. This is the level 10 guy that was kicking my butt a minute ago. The two-hand weapon just took him down too fast. And this is our final bone snapper for the quest completion. But I mean, you will see it, like, if you watch those death clips, sometimes you'll see people that are really skilled, you know, really good players, you know, and they die because they get, you know, they just get in over their head. But most of the times when I see the death clips, it's usually players that they're not the best players in the world. Not to put too fine of a point on it. But there's a lot of good players. You know, I think a lot of good players who probably don't upload their clips because they're embarrassed. I know I didn't upload my clips a lot of times when I died, but it was all in my videos. I mean, you just watch the video, and you know, it was up on YouTube, so of course everybody could watch it. But I didn't always go into there and say, "Oh, here's me dying," you know, because it kind of sucks. You know, you never want to die. There is a lot of these mobs here. Just gonna try to hopefully get through here. One ore there. We'll probably go grab that ore.
Great to meet you. Off with you.
Silver, 650 XP.
How are ya?
Makes me feel a little better, but I won't be having until they're all dead, all of them.
Watch your back.
Yeah, it's like playing a paladin in hardcore. It's like, to me, that's like, you gonna try Pally? I was just gonna say. I was gonna say paladin is the easiest. I mean, there's no doubt about it. If you're gonna go hardcore, paladin is the easiest class because you have so many ways to save. I mean, lay on hands is huge. You've got bubble, you've got lay on hands, you've got heals, you've got hand of freedom. So you know, paladin is definitely probably one of the easiest classes to survive on. But that doesn't mean it's easy. Might as well start easy mode. That doesn't mean it's easy. You can still die on a paladin too, especially when you're lower level. You know, you don't. I mean, the level 12. Yeah, level 12. So we're just gonna push crit to 5, and then we're gonna think about where we go next. I have to think about whether I'm gonna do tactical mastery and not at all, or if I'm just gonna jump right over to deflection. Right now, I'm just pushing pure crit because it's just so helpful in taking mobs down faster. So can't really beat 5% extra crit. But yeah, you can certainly die on the paladin. And like I said, it's really dangerous when you're doing hardcore at low levels because your health pool is so low. But once you get up to once you get up to higher levels, you have more health to work with. So so it's a little bit more difficult for you to die. But the mobs obviously get more difficult too. The biggest thing that keeps hardcore players from dying is just their knowledge of the zones and their knowledge of where the danger is coming from. Like knowing, like, oh, like me, like I knew that these bone snappers are dangerous because they'll hit you and stun you, or they'll knock you on the ground, and that's really dangerous if you get 2 or 3 mobs on you and one knocks you on the ground, you stand up, the other one knocks you on the ground. While you've got all 3 of them hitting you, you could die very quickly without you being able to do anything. That's why you definitely do not. You have to be very careful going into this cave here. Be very careful. It may look like not that dangerous, but it's actually very dangerous.
You got my attention.
Yeah, engineering is the way you want to go for sure. Let's see what's this. Let's go ahead and buy some. It's too expensive. Let's not buy that. Let's not buy that. Just using food that we get off mobs. Oh, we're level 12 too, so that means we can hit the warrior trainer. I don't know if there's a warrior trainer in. I know there's one over here, in Karanos. But do I want to run all the way over there? Yeah, probably because if there isn't one, I don't know if there is one in Lochmoden. There probably is, but I would hate to walk all the way over there and there be no warrior trainer. Ah, screw it. We'll risk it. Worst case scenario, we can always fly to Ironforge. Yeah, so the danger for me, like level 0 to 60 doesn't scare me as much because I've done it before, and I know the levels 0 to 60 content so well. You got to step on silver on the warrior. Oh man. Yeah, weapons training kills me. Because on a warrior, I like to know every weapon because it just opens up the options for stuff that drops. If like a green one-hand axe drops, I want to be able to use it because it's a big upgrade for me. So I've got to train, everything. Like right now, I had to go train 2-hand weapons, and I got to train, fist weapons because fist weapons are one of the best weapons you're going to get in hardcore. Because there's like level 20 and level 30 fist weapons you can buy in Ironforge. They're fast, which is good, but they actually, do good damage. They're pretty expensive. I mean, they're like 80 silver maybe. But yeah, you don't want to be sitting there fighting and have like a 2-hand mace drop that's like blue 2-hand mace and you can't even use it. So you have to like spend a lot of the silver you get to train your weapon skills. You had 2 bags and your 2-hand training. Yeah. I love the Paladin class. In fact, watching videos of people playing the Paladin, I played the Paladin so much on private servers. Like I'd never played Paladin in retail that much at all. I'd never played Protection Paladin in retail. Like I had, but it was like, Cataclysm or something. So it was nothing like vanilla. And so I played vanilla Protection Paladin for the first time on private servers, and I fell in love with it. I played it basically almost nonstop for 2.5 years, and then I leveled up probably about 6 different paladins to 60 in vanilla, protection-wise, just straight protection the whole way. And so I really learned the paladin class really well, and I really like it, but I kind of got burned down on it. I played it so much, I'm like, oh man, I need to try something different, And so I started playing the warrior. And the warrior's fun. The paladin, there's just something to be said for being able to cast a heal on yourself. I don't think there's anything more satisfying than then when you get out of combat, you just really quick toss a heal on yourself. It's so satisfying. You don't have to sit and drink. You don't have to worry about buying food. You don't have to worry about cooking food because you think I don't need food. For pure health, you can just cast a heal. It's druid paladins are so great that way. And I could make a paladin. Like I thought about leveling a paladin hardcore, but it's not as challenging as obviously as war. War is by far the most difficult to do hardcore on. I think. Just don't have you're so vulnerable because you don't have a lot of mechanics to really help to heal yourself or anything. Like if you're a healer priest, you can heal yourself. If you're a druid, you can go into bear form, or you can like root and run away. If you're a warlock, you can fear. You can fear and run away. And you've got pets that can pull aggro. You can throw a shield up on yourself with your pet. If you're a hunter, you've got your pet, so you don't even need to hit anybody up close. You can just run because if your pet dies, you just run because you should always be far away from your target. What else? If you're a rogue, you can gouge, you can vanish, you can blind, you can sprint. What other classes have I not thought of? Shaman, I don't play Shaman a lot. I guess Shaman you can basically just, you can heal yourself. So when you get to the warrior and you're like, well, what can you do? All you can do is hamstring and run. That's it.
How are you?
I want you to kill 10 stone splitter trogs. What time is it? No, you bastard! Oh, parkour!
What's on your mind? Well met.
Well met.
Great to meet you.
$151 armor, 16 silver. We don't want that because there's a quest that gives us a green chain chest piece. This one's 94 armor for 8 silver. That's a lot of armor. 94 armor. Chainmail gloves. 85 armor. It's sad that this is all like huge upgrades. Like, look at this. And look at all this. Even these bracers are a huge upgrade. Look at that. My armor's 15 on my bracers. These are 66. Jesus, that's 51 armor. This one's like, what, 60 or 59 armor? This one's 42. 38. 90 or 80, 88, I think. But it's like, I don't have a lot of money, so.
Keep your feet on the ground.
All right, let's see if we can track a class trainer. Doesn't look like I'm seeing a lot of class trainers on this mini-map. Well, guess I rolled the dice and lost.
What can I get for you today?
I was hoping there'd be a warrior trainer here, but it isn't looking good. It's not looking
I
good.
have the finest wares in the land.
But the finest wares.
See you soon.
Tradesman. Hmm. No warrior trainer.
What can I do for you? Be good.
Actually, I do like a hybrid on the paladin, like for I haven't looked at the Burning Crusade. Let's see, Burning Crusade. Like what was AoE prot? Yeah, I don't know. I probably would do a hybrid. So I would probably let's see. I'd probably go with some sort of a reckoning, reckoning build. So we'd probably want to rush reckoning. I'm trying to think how we would do it. I'd probably go with the Seal of Command build. So I'd rush Seal of Command first. I would probably go Benediction. Go Deflection. Or I do 3 or 5 on Deflection, then I'd grab 2 or 2 on Improved Judgment. There. So I would rush this first. I'd go Retribution right here. I'd go 5 or 5. I'd go 2 here, 3 here, and I'd grab Seal of Command. At that point, probably, I don't know. I'd have to play around with this. Let's see. I probably would want this. I would want this. Because you're going to want the crit. You don't want Devotion. You're going to want Redoubt. Definitely want Precision. Toughness. Yeah, you're pretty much going to have to go into Toughness. Specialization. You don't want that. That's garbage. Well, 4 talent. 13 points. We need 2 more. So Toughness. I would definitely go into Improved Hammer at least 1. So increase your resistance to stun. What's this require? 20, and we're at 16. Let's fill this out. You can do Blessing of Kings. Yeah. Increase your resistance to stun, additional, and reduces the chance your spells will be dispelled. I don't really care about that. Research your concentration aura. I don't care about that much. Increases the cooldown. Let's do that. Reckoning. One-hand weapon specialization. Yeah, so my build would be more, because the cool thing about, I always check the mine for chest. The cool thing about Burning Crusade is you get consecration just via your spells. You don't have to do, you don't have to go through talents to get consecration. So you don't have to jump into the Holy Tree anymore. So honestly, the Holy Tree is I probably wouldn't even go into the Holy Tree on a leveling build for the Paladin. But this is like more of a kind of like it's really a reckoning. You're a retribution, but you've also got reckoning. So we like to call it a reckoning build. But Blessing, Holy Shield. This one's to increase damage caused by Holy Shield, increase the number of charges. So this is more of like a kind of a reckoning AOE build. I mean, you're going to be able to do a little bit of AOE. And then when you have this, all damage taken is reduced. And what is this? Level required 66. Increases your expertise. This is good. Yeah, so I mean, something like this I think would be fun. I don't know if this obviously isn't going to be the best leveling build, but this build will let you tank. You'll be able to tank with this build. Not too well because you don't have Improved Righteous Fury though. So, but you can't tank anyway, not when you're doing hardcore. But as far as hardcore, this would be something I would try. But I'd have to think about it. You know, I like having Avenger Shield. I like having the improved Holy Shield. I definitely like having Reckoning. You know, that's pretty cool. You're gonna get a lot more extra attacks. If you didn't go down this road, then I would go. Let's see. I don't really like the ret tree. Really, the ret tree's not. Isn't that great? I mean, it's great for like PvP. It's great for like maybe like two-hand weapons, but yeah. Yeah, I would go with that build, with that one I just did, the Reckoning build. For me anyway, that's what I would probably do. I don't feel that the Paladin tree in Burning Crusade, it's okay. It's an improvement upon Classic WoW, but I still think it could be better. You know, I feel like I don't know. I just feel like it could be a little better. I think the Warrior has more options in the talent trees in Burning Crusade than the Paladin does. Also, the rogues get a lot of fun stuff too. Okay, what time is it? Actually, guys, I think I'm going to call the stream here. I'm really tired. I think I'm going to lie down for 20 minutes before I start working. But I'll probably... I don't know. I'm pretty tired. I'm not sure if I'm going to stream tonight or not. We'll see. We'll see. I haven't decided. And I'm kind of wanting to get back on the Final Fantasy 2 and do some Final Fantasy stuff. But yeah, I'm kind of tired. I think I'm just going to take a little... get myself some coffee and stuff before I start working. Of course, there's no mail because I can't use the mailbox. Oh, let's fly to Iron Force. At least we can hit the the warrior trainer, since I don't see a trainer here. We are tracking class trainers, and we're tracking Flight Master, so we see that. What else should we track? Let's track. That's all we need to track. That's pretty much it. Yeah. Good luck on your Paladin. I think the Paladin...
What's on your mind?
Paladin's fun. Like, Paladin's fun once you get up in level a little bit. I guess all the classes are. I think in World of Warcraft, there aren't too many classes that are really... I mean, they're fun at all levels, but really going, like, 1 to 20, I feel like, on almost every class is... You know, you're at your weakest. You don't really have a lot of spells. You don't really have a lot of abilities. I know that the Warrior really comes alive at level 20 because you get dual wield. Same thing with Rogues, you know, although I think Rogue gets dual wield at level 10. But once you get dual wield on the Warrior, it really, I think it makes it a lot more fun because you actually do more damage with dual wield if you have decent weapons. And you can weapon swap between 2 weapons, or a weapon and a shield, or a 2-hand weapon. So you have 3 different choices of weapon sets to use. The Paladin is gets good when you have, well, let's see. I guess Holy Shield. When you start getting Holy Shield and you start getting all your redoubt fleshed out and your your improved shield block. When you start getting all that fleshed out and you're actually, blocking a lot, you got to try to get an iron shield spike on a Paladin. If you're gonna do hardcore on a Paladin, it would be nice to be. I mean, pretty much engineers what you almost. I mean, I would be tempted to go blacksmithing on a Paladin just so I could put shield spikes on my shields. But the thing is, it won't work because you have to hope that you get the recipe, because it's not a learned recipe. It's a drop. It's like just a world drop. So you may level from 1 to 60 and never even get the recipe drop to make a shield spike. So that really kills blacksmithing as a viable option, I think. Yeah, and the bombs are fun. Yeah, for sure. Engineering is great because of the target dummy. And the target dummy has saved my life so many times. Actually, when I leveled to 60 on my hardcore warrior, I know for a fact the target dummy saved my life at least twice, possibly 3 times. But there were definitely 2 situations where I 100% was dead, and the target dummy saved my life on both of those situations. One of them I was like level 20, 25, and the other one I think I was around level 35 or 40. Where am I going? I need to go to the military ward. And the bombs can save your life too. I mean, the bombs actually saved my life once because I hadn't played my character in a couple days, and I got on and I was trying to run away from a mob, and what I didn't realize is I had the mob targeted. And it's just because I was tired, I hadn't played in a few days, and I was just basically being an idiot, which happens. And I was running away from mob, but I somehow had him targeted, so he kept chasing me, and I couldn't understand why he was chasing me. It's because even though I had my back to the mob, sometimes even if your back's to him, if you kind of do this, like this, if you have him targeted, your character will still do a white damage, white swing. And that's what was happening, is I was kind of doing this, and my character actually turned around and swiped at him and hit him, and that increased the leash. And so I almost was dead, but what I did was I threw a stick of dynamite at him, and it stunned him and enabled me to get some separation. And then when I got that separation, I realized that I had him targeted. I'm like, what are you doing? That's about the time that I created a macro, or not a macro, but a keybind. WoW has a keybind for targeting yourself, so I just went into the key bindings and changed target myself to shift middle mouse button, so I can target somebody and just really quickly do shift mouse, middle mouse, and it'll target myself. Do you think you're going to run away from somebody in hardcore? Or you just immediately, the first thing you should do is target yourself. And you sold 9 of them. Yeah. You can actually sell a lot of the dynamite to the vendors for pretty good. Oh man, we got a lot of stuff here. Well, there goes my money. Well, we definitely want overpower. Definitely want battle shout. And I can't even afford anything else. I guess I could get Ren, but honestly, I'm not going to waste money on it. So we got battle shout rank 2, and we also got overpower. Should be. It's not on my bar though. Let's take a look. Power. We're just going to put it here. Action bar. Well, now I'm broke again. But let me show you guys I think it's here. It's not here, it's the other arm shop. So you can learn.
Talk to me.
You can learn fist weapons from this guy, which you definitely want to do if you're leveling a warrior hardcore. And then
What can I get for you today? Safe travels. Interest a pint?
And then here you go. Actually, oh shit, I can already buy these. Oh, I didn't know that I could buy these already. I didn't know they had them at level 10. Son of a biscuit. So I knew they had them at 20, but they're 20 silver each. But look at the damage, right? Now, for me, it's not really that useful because, I can't dual wield at level 10. But I mean, look at the damage, 6.8 versus my weapon, which is only 3.8. So even if I just bought one of these, the attack speed is really good. But look at the damage, 6.8 damage that's a lot. So when I hit level 20 though, I will buy these, right? I'll buy the right-handed and the left-handed claws, right? And so they're like, it's going to be like 1.8 gold, whatever. It's going to be cost a little bit of money, but they're good. And then at level 30, so really from 20 all the way to almost 40, I'll end up, maybe not all the time, but I'll end up using these weapons almost the whole way because they're really good. I mean, when I get them at 20, I'll probably use them for like, I think on my hardcore wear, I think I honestly probably almost used them all the way to 30. It's difficult to find 2 weapons that are that fast because being that they're that fast, they help you generate rage quickly. I don't know where I'm going. I'm just running aimlessly. Oh, I need to go to my bank and drop some stuff off. It was actually Cargos who told me about the fist weapons. I did not know that. I did not know those fist blah. I did not know those fist weapons were there. I knew you could learn fist weapons. I just didn't know they sold them from the vendor there. Because I never had a need to buy stuff from a vendor. I always was. By the time I was level 20, I'd have money. I'd just go to the auction house and buy something. But that's not an option. Hardcore. Wow, my bank's already. Look, my bank's already full. We don't need this. We can sell that.
Watch your back.
Goblins.
What can I do for you? Watch your back.
It's funny how dead the server is, you know. Like, I mean, in these cities, like, but if I log out, of course, this is early in the morning, so the servers are going to be pretty dead. But if we go to change realm, it says it's normal. Like, you can see the population's normal. But when I try to log into this server at night, like around, you know, like 8 p.m. my time, it says high population. Like, it'll say high later tonight. So when people in the chat are saying, "Oh, the server's like has a low pop," I'm like, I don't know, man. Every time I log in, it says high population. But what does Blizzard consider high? You know, high may mean like 3,000 to 8,000 players or something. I don't even know what the max players is that Blizzard allows on one of their realms anymore. So, anyways, I'll catch you guys later. I got to work. Hope everybody has a great Tuesday. Peace out.